All right, first and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, in the name of his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. I want to thank the water, Yahweh, for giving me the zeal to go ahead and make this video. I just want to touch on essentially what everybody is seeing in the news and in the media. Them stimulus checks are getting approved by the Senate. They was already passed by the House. And they got approved by the Senate. Now I believe it has to go back to the House to get signed, and then they're gonna issue out them checks. So, right. So what America is doing essentially, right, is just laying itself with more and more debt. Right. You see all these financial advisors, all these financial analysts. You got one side that's opposed to actually printing more money, right, pushing out more money into the economy. So a simple fact, right. Now you can go on Google, right. I think I Googled it. See, I can't because I'm on airplane mode right now. All right. But essentially, right, what happened is anywhere between 20 to 40% of the money stimulated into the economy, right, within the last 12 months has just been printed. So I'm going to restate that, right? So out of all the money that's in U.S. circulation right now, right, that's circulating, all the dollars, 20 to 40%. I even seen somewhere where it said 40% of all American dollars have recently just been printed in the last 12 months. So what that shows is hyperinflation. You see what I'm saying? So you see different countries like Venezuela, they suffer from hyperinflation, where a loaf of bread, which usually costs whatever that country's specific currency is called, right? Maybe it's $5, right? In a specific currency, right? Now it costs 100,000 for a loaf of bread. That's hyperinflation. So America's on the brink of that. And the Most High is speeding things up and stirring things up to where that becomes more and more of a reality as time goes on. You see how just in the last 12 months with this epidemic, right? I'm sorry, this pandemic, right? That just came out with the COVID-19. Now over around 40% of the American dollars in circulation have just been printed in the last 12 months. If that's not a sign of hyperinflation, what is, man? You see what I'm saying? So America just keeps on laying itself with more and more heavy debts, right? And that's already in the Bible. We see that throughout the scriptures. I'm gonna go ahead and grab that. Habakkuk 2:6, right? It says, "Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his." So who is that? That's the so-called white man, right? He increases in things that's not his, right? Gains unjustly gotten, right? The Bible tells you about gains unjustly gotten. It's gonna come to naught, right? So it says, whoa. So destruction is coming to America. You know, I'm not saying it. The Bible's saying it, right? It's saying, how long? And to him that laded himself with thick clay. All right, so let's get to see what that thick clay is, right? So you go to Habakkuk, right, 2:6 in the blue letter. Let me just take it off airplane mode real quick. I just don't want to get no phone calls while I'm doing this. See, they just come right, like the emails, all that. So I'm gonna try to make this quick. So right here, go to it again. Habakkuk 2. Dang. That's my brother. So Habakkuk 2, verse 6, right? Now I'm going to scroll down. You see where it says thick clay? All right. Let's get the Hebrew word for it.
Strong's H, 5671, Avteet.
Avteet. Weight of pledges, heavy debts. So America, as you can see, is in heavy debt. The national debt is like $27 trillion, right? And with this new stimulus check, this new stimulus bill that has just been passed, they just agreed that they pumping 1.9 trillion more dollars into the economy. So I'm gonna let you see this video so you can see. So you can see what I see. Hold on a second. My library. Boom. Bang. All right, so listen up.
In the West. The United States, January 6, 2020 to January 4, 2021. Coming straight from the Fed, we started this period with around $4 trillion in the system. 1 year later, that number is at $6.7 trillion. Meaning that over 40% of all US dollars were printed in just the last 12 months.
You hear that?
Well, we've had an incredible surge in government spending. A lot of it related, of course, to COVID-19 and to the ordered, economic shutdown and the fact that a lot of people were no longer out there earning money. And so the government looked to replace what people were no longer earning by printing money, which is what they did. You had all this government spending, but there were no additional tax hikes to cover the cost, nor did the government try to prioritize any of its spending. It didn't say, well, maybe we should spend less on the military so we have more to spend on fighting the pandemic, right? They didn't budget their resources. They just said, well, we're just going to spend more money on the pandemic, but we're not going to spend less on anything else. And we're not going to raise anybody's taxes to pay for it. So where'd all the government spending come from? It doesn't come from, thin air.
Right. So you see what he said, right? Let me put this thing on airplane mode. So you see how it's said, right? It's just not coming from thin air. So the American government, they didn't budget their money well, right? They like a guy who got a check, right? They got like a guy who got a check, and then once he got that check, he ain't budgeted his money well, so he just blew it all, right? So what's happening is, right, but with these guys, they got the ability to print more and more. But we already know something, right? When you have more of something, it becomes less, if you have more people with, if you have more of something, it becomes less valuable, right? So when not everybody can get a specific thing, that makes it that much more valuable when you obtain it, right? So if you are just printing more and more dollars, right, and printing them into circulation, that means it's more of this specific dollar. So it decreases in value. So it's not everybody has this thing, man, right? We all got checks. Everybody balling. You see what I'm saying? So now it's become less of value. So that American dollar loses its strength. You see what I'm saying? So when that American dollar then loses its strength, the purchasing power of that dollar for you to purchase something that you desire or need, it's going to cost more and more. And that's why when you have that American dollar and you go into other countries and you convert it, into that specific country's currency, you'll have more of that specific currency in that country for the dollar that you have. But when that dollar decreases in value, it's going to be vice versa. You understand what I'm saying? So this is what's happening to America, right? So as we seeing these things, we can see that, they're trying to stimulate the economy with these different stimulus packages, with these stimulus checks and, unemployment checks, right? Like the Edomite said, man, right? They're trying to compensate, right, by printing more money because they're trying to compensate the money that's lost from people, losing their jobs and they're not earning the money from going to work because a lot of companies have shut down. People are out of work, different things like that. So they're trying to compensate for that loss in money by just printing more. And they don't understand that, right? When you do that, you're decreasing the value of the dollar, man. You understand? So which inevitably causes the collapse of this economy, this society known as America, man, right? Which we are all looking forward to because we know that the day that draws closer and closer is nearer to our salvation, man. And when we're going to rule the planet Earth, right? So let's read this, Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that have made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken her wine, therefore the nations are mad, right? So America is the light bearer. America, it's been the golden cup. It has been the wine, right? So the wine that everybody else consumed was just America's ways, right? Everybody's, celebrating July 4th or Christmas, or you got all these different American ways placed upon all these other nations, right? They've drunken the wine there and they're mad, right? Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her. Take balm for her pain, if so she may be healed. So balm is a healing agent, right? That you use when you have a cut or a sore, some type of wound. So America definitely is wounded now today in 2021, March 7th, right? 4:56 p.m. I'm sorry, 3:59 p.m. Looking at a fast clock. America is definitely wounded, man. So what they're trying to do is stimulate the economy and compensate for the things that America has lost due to the pandemic and other things that, you know, that harms America, right? So they're trying to boost the economy, but it can't be boosted. It just can't be healed, right? No matter what they do, right? So America is suddenly falling. This whole pandemic thing came out of nowhere, right? It's suddenly. Verse 9, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, so leave her, right? That's what I hear a lot of foreigners talking about. Man, forget America. Once this place fall, I'm out. I'm going back to my country, right? That's what's being foretold, right? So it says, forsake her, let us go everyone into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies, right? So the point is, man, America is finished, man, right? It ain't no coming back. It ain't no way to heal America, right? These top officials in the government and in the Senate and the House of whatever it's called, right? Joe Biden's Trumps, they can't heal America, man. They can't. There's nothing they can do to stimulate this economy and to a way in which it was before, man. Right? This place will never be the same. It is on a decline. And if you, in your mind, in the spirit that the Most High is giving you, if you believe that this place is going to go on for years and years and years to come, then you don't have the right spirit on you, man. We supposed to be in that spirit of hastening the day, man. Right? Let me see. I believe it's 2nd Ezra 2:13, man. All right. 2nd Ezra 2:13. Yep. It says, go and ye shall receive, pray for a few days unto you, that ye may be, that they may be shortened. The kingdom is already prepared for you. Watch. So we just watching, man. We're the watchmen. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to be looking and seeing what's going on in this economy, seeing the things that's happening, and be able to filter those through the scriptures, through the prophecies, right? And then be able to relay them back to you as being true watchmen for the nation of Israel, right? That the Most High has ordained for us to be. So this is what we're doing. We're seeing these different things, filtering them through the scriptures, and then letting you know what's about to be about to come into fruition in this land, man, and to the earth, right? So that way we can warn our people and tell our people to get ready. Those who are, those men that's going to be of the elect, and those men and women and children that's going to be of the 1/3, man, right? This is our job. This is our responsibility and our duty. This is what we have to do. Right, because this place is coming down. Habakkuk 2:3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. So though it seem to tarry, wait for it, because it's coming faster than you believe. And see what you don't understand is, right, a lot of people don't understand is America they don't put everything on the news, man. So you got to go to different sources, different types of media sources, right, to try to figure out what's really going on, right? Reliable media sources like RT News, that's one good one, right? Dabu 777, right? That's a good one as well, right? So, but they're not putting everything on the media. So for you to see, they're not going to broadcast, yeah, America's falling. Why? Because what is that going to do? Create panic, right? They still want you to believe in this whole ideology of America, prospering for years and years to come, right? They want you to still be under that brainwashing and witchcraft that they place upon our people, man, right? So though it seemed to tarry, it's for an appointed time, and it shall not tarry, even though it's seeming to, right? We just got to wait on the Lord, man. Let me grab this last precept, man. I just wanted to make this drawing real quick. Job chapter 14, verse 5, man. Job chapter 14, verse 5. It says, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. Who is this talking about, man? This is talking about Esau and his kingdom and his rulership, man. No matter what Esau does, he's going to try to fight tooth and nail, right, with the Most High, but his arms are not long enough to box with the Most High, man. The Most High has set up a point that he cannot pass, and when that day comes, he is going to fall out of power, and we shall rise, man. So with that, I want to say Yahweh, Ba Hashem, Yahweh Shah Barakatah, Shalom, man.